everyone, and welcome to a new Werewolf Online politics video. This month I'm going to discuss some issues with the current rank system, and I give possible solutions to these issues as well. The ranked issues will be divided in several videos, and it's thus sort of a mini-series. For some points I don't have the best gameplay, so please forgive me for that. Also, the issues that will be discussed are not only from me, but also other people contributed to this video by telling me about their issues. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and consider subscribing. The second issue is that of role variety in this series. At the moment there are two main modes, the Seer Alpha mode and the Detective Shaman mode. Both modes make use of a full air or headhunter, or headhunter, a serial killer or arsonist, a wolf seer, a junior werewolf and a random werewolf. The village side is also really basic. It has a doctor, Odyssey, jailer, gunner, medium, priest and 3 RRVs in full games at least. Since the priest, medium, jailer and gunner can prove themselves relatively easy, like the jailer and medium can give their numbers and the priest and gunner can literally reveal themselves, a werewolf can only claim a band role, an RRV or a doctor spot. They can also claim aura or in some cases detective and seer, but these are, that's a little bit more tricky. The RRVs have 13 possible roles in Seer Alpha mode and 12 in the Detective Shaman mode, because in the Detective mode we don't have a Seer, so we can't have a Seer Apprentice either. Between these 12 roles we find hard to claim roles: Pacifist, Grumpy Grandma, Mayor, Priest and Witch. We remain with the Bodyguard, Doctor, Tough Guy, Beast Hunter, Aura Seer, Villager and Avenger. The first 4 are not really reliable with a smart village, and you can also count Villager to an unreliable claim as well. Aura and Avenger remains, in which claiming Avenger may lead to people voting you because they want you to take a fake RV out, and this means that Aura is the best option to take. The rest all have a significant disadvantage or are even kind of impossible to claim. Because of the lack of actually good options to claim as werewolf, a lot of werewolves wait until they get checked or they get interrogated. Eventually they claim doctor in case it's still alive, because the most other options are hard to claim. This leads to an average pattern of werewolf strategies, with still some exceptions, of course. Of course there are people that are really good at playing and setting up a play. These are the exceptions, but in the average game you won't have a lot of creative werewolves. Since we want to make games be different from each other, which is necessary for attracting and keeping players, we need more variation in ranked setups. Making variation should be doable since the developers are adding new roles, and honestly I'm really happy that the game already has around 40 roles. But it's even more important that the games stay balanced. Therefore we suggest that the current 10-4-1-1 system, so 10 villagers, 4 werewolves, 1 headhunter full and 1 serial killer arsonist, could stay the same, but it's of course also possible to change it a bit. Here are my suggestions. The first suggestion is to vary in the protector. A doctor can be killed easily once found, but can kind of protect infinitely. A tough guy has a more limited protection, but will be different kind of threat to werewolves. By doing variation between doctor, bodyguard, tough guy, beast hunter and possibly the witch, we can see different tactics already. Second, add the bomber as solo killer option. The arsonist and the serial killer are kinda known. The bomber is not really much different, but the killing system is still a little bit different, and it might still add new experiences for people in ranked. There are some people in ranked that don't really want to play sandbox because they want to be challenged as much as possible, so they never get to know new roles that easily without going to sandbox. The third one is to add the wolf Berserker to the random werewolf role. Games with Berserker can make the difference for the werewolves and can surprise the village a lot, which is a nice thing, in my opinion then. Fourth, add the Marksman to the random regular villager. A Marksman is another role that could lead to variety. As RV, I don't know if it is the best option. It might even be considered as a random strong villager, I don't know really much about that. But if it's an RV, the village might get a strong RV, but the marksman can also commit suicide if they shoot wrong. So yeah, I guess that should also add some new things to a ranked game. The fifth is that we can add the cursed to the random regular villagers. This might sound a little bit controversial, but in games with a curse, the werewolves can be saved later on, and if the cursed gets checked early game, he might have a bigger chance of surviving the game later on. On top of that, with a possible curse, information can get outdated and confirmed good people might be suspect again once the village comes to know there is a converted cursed. The cursed can be a perfect addition in my opinion for both werewolves and for villages that look for more challenging games. One thing has to be said, if possible make it so that there cannot be more than one cursed in the game. And if for example we have 3 cursed in one game and they all get converted, the economy is going to be really unbalanced. So yeah, 1 cursed at max. 6th, add the cupid as random regular villager. Also here counts that we can't have more than 1 cupid, but by adding a cupid into ranked we can experience completely different games. The hard thing here might be that some people tend to report quickly when they see a villager team up with a mischief. And that is of course pretty logical, but by having a cupid as possibility, people might wait more before they actually report someone, which could make reports even more meaningful and better thought of. Next, weaken in case the village stays so strong as right now. Add a setup in which we have both a fool and a headhunter. Since most headhunters in rank tend to claim and help the village, doing this should not be such a big problem. In case you need to choose a role to remove from that extra fool or headhunter, I would go with the priest, since the rest is too important for the village or is RV, which is often the playmaker and difference in ranked games. And the priest is also a role that a werewolf cannot claim, and by removing these there are a lot of options and it's gonna be better for the game in my opinion. Then, at the moment of recording, there appears to be 3 new roles upcoming: the Red Lady, the Nightmare Wolf and the Spirit Seer. In my opinion, these roles are looking perfect for ranked. A Nightmare Werewolf might be a nice one to replace the Shaman or Elva, or being a random werewolf. The Red Lady looks like an average RV role, but since we can use more possible RVs in ranked, adding the Red Lady to the RV basis might be a good idea. Then the Spirit Seer, which appears to be a perfect role to use with the Detective and Seer at the moment. By adding the Spirit Seer in this slot, for both the Seer Elf mode and the Detective Shaman mode, we can have different types of information to deal with, and this role could be a really nice one to imitate as werewolf. In these last suggestions I came up with a lot of ideas that could be in ranked. I want to warn though that some roles should not come to ranked in their current state. The zombie, the sect leader, the president and the corruptor. Also, adding the all random role is not a good idea and not even necessary if the cursed and cupid can be in future ranked games. I also want to mention that these are just my ideas and not confirmed features in any way. Also, I want to accentuate that changing the setups weekly, like in Quick Game, might improve a lot already. The current setups have not been updated for months. So now it is about you. What do you think? Which of these ideas would be great and which ideas are not that good? What would you like to see in ranked? Do you experience any other issues in ranked maybe? Leave it all down in the comments. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff and that have to do with ranked, but also if you want to see more role tutorials. Leave down a comment on your thoughts on ranked and on this video maybe. You can also join the Hyperhood Discord server, link is in the description, and I will see you later, and don't be a traitor. Goodbye.